From 2019 to 2020, when Arthur Smith was Tennessee's offensive coordinator, they had the fourth best expected points added in the league, which is a great stat that tells you a lot about just how well a team is performing. If you don't know about this stat, I have a video that breaks it down, so you can check that out after this video. But as for Smith, what makes his time in Tennessee so impressive is that the Titans lacked in pass protection, and they didn't have an elite quarterback. Per Pro Football Focus, they averaged the 20th best pass blocking offensive line in that span, which is notably better than Pittsburgh's 31st ranking this past season, but not beyond the realm of possibility to think that the Steelers can improve to get around that 20th best pass protection grade if they add some talent and see some development within the team, primarily with Broderick Jones, who will hopefully be playing his more natural left tackle position. Run blocking wise, PFF graded the Titans' average run blocking rank as sixth best in that time, so obviously elite. But Pittsburgh isn't very far behind as they rank 13th in that stat this past season, so they have the line to carry them in the run blocking department, just like the Titans did in 2019 and 2020. Regarding the quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill had career years under Arthur Smith. Tannehill averaged a 69 quarterback rating, which would have been fourth in the league this past season. For context, his next highest quarterback season, which was without Arthur Smith, was a 61, which would have been 11th in the league this past season. So still all right, but obviously nowhere near the elite territory he was in with Arthur Smith. Pickett's baseline is a bit lower, as his best quarterback rating season so far is a 54, which equates to the 19th best ranking. However, he was doing that in a Matt Canada offense that passed basically only when they had to, which made everyone's life harder because they would only be passing when teams knew they'd be passing, which led to pass rushers being able to pin their ears back and just rush with ferocity to the quarterback, and it made it to where the play action wouldn't be effective because teams would know that they're passing and not running. With all that said, though, it's fair to still have doubts about Pickett still, which is fine because Ryan Tannehill is a free agent this offseason. So if you don't have faith in Pickett to take the jump under Smith, they could go out and get a quarterback that's ran the offense at a high level. The only thing is, Tannehill is a little bit older at this point. He is now about 36, I believe. So he is getting up there in age, which means that he is definitely not going to be a long-term solution at the quarterback position. The final part of the puzzle, though, is wide receiver. And the Steelers, again, aren't perfect there, but they do have the major pieces in place. George Pickens is worse than A.J. Brown, but Deontay Johnson is better than Corey Davis, so the duo isn't a world apart. One issue the Steelers have, though, is that the Titans had a reliable wide receiver 3 in Adam Humphries, which the Steelers lack, as Allen Robinson and Calvin Austin have disappointed in their roles to this point. If Pat Freiermuth can return to his pre-injury form, though, he'll be a clear upgrade over what Jonnu Smith was, and as a whole, there should be more than enough talent for this offense to be ran at a solid level. I think Arthur Smith was honestly a great hire by the Steelers. I was not expecting as good of a hire as Smith because historically, offensive coordinators for the Steelers have been not the greatest, let's say. But Smith has had success with similarly constructed teams, and though he is more run-focused than pass-oriented, I think he'll be a good offensive coordinator to figure out if Kenny Pickett is the Steelers guy or not, because he's going to put him into positions to succeed, which Canada clearly wasn't. And Arthur Smith, that is, he's one of the few options that allows the team to remain competitive and to figure out what they have at quarterback, which is really a tough sort of balance to strike because most options were going to be either just running oriented or they were going to be a little bit too pass heavy that they wouldn't be able to compete. So this gives you a good balance where you're going to be running a lot, which is your team's strength, but you're also going to be passing effectively, hopefully, which will allow you to see if Pickett can handle the NFL offense or not. those are my thoughts on Arthur Smith. Be sure to let me know what yours are in the comment section. And also be sure to like and subscribe for more NFL content.